Did you have a good weekend, I hope? Okay, so behind me, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está esta pirámide? ¿Dónde está esta pirámide? What do you think this pyramid could be located? What's your guess? Good job, Kimura. Anybody else, clase? ¿Dónde está esta pirámide? What's your guesses? Pop it in the chat. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Haley, James, Scylla. Nikki, how you doing today, Nick? What's your guess, you guys? James, what's your guess? Good, Elizabeth. Good morning, Charlie. Buenos dias. How's everybody today? Good. Good morning, Aslan. Buenos dias. Cameras on, please. Let's not forget those cameras, you guys. Good morning, Akari. Remember, we need to have our cameras on, you guys. Rules apply to everyone equally. Good morning, Lay. Hey, I need a response from some of you. Where do you think this pyramid could be located? What country? Where would I find this? Where would I have to go? Hola, Heaven. Any random idea is good. Okay, James. Good, Heaven. Come on, you guys. There's no, just pop it in the chest. You get a point or anything. Just let me know what you're thinking. Good morning, Carlin. Buenos dias. Cameras on, you guys. Where do you think this pyramid could be located? What's your guess? Is it in the United States, like Las Vegas? They have all those fake things out in Las Vegas. Do you think it's in Canada? Do you think it's in South America someplace? Do you think it's in Europe somewhere? What do y'all think? Egypt? What are y'all thinking? Where do you think this pyramid could be located? Good morning, Dallas. Cameras on, please. And remember, if you have no idea, that's your answer. IDK. I don't know. Okay, Nikki. I like that answer. Good, Scylla. Yes, Carlin. Anyone else? Akari, how about you? Aslan, Dallas, Charlie? Where do you think this pyramid could be located? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Buenos dias a todos. So, some of you went to Shine. How was Shine? If you went, did you have fun? Did you not have fun? Tell me what you thought about it. See, I know you guys had lots of like relay games and hockey. Didn't you like play some kind of hockey or something? It was good. Yeah, very good. Buenos dias, Carolina. It was very good. I'm glad y'all had, but Miss Gunnels works hard, right? She kind of organizes a lot of those games and stuff. So next time you have a chance to interact with Miss Gunnels, make sure that you thank her for all of her hard work. See, Carolina, Melanie, ¿cómo estás? Arshas, camera, por favor. So real quick, you guys, where do you think this pyramid could be located? ¿Dónde está esta pirámide? Where is this pyramid? And just real quick, you guys, and if you don't know, that's your answer, right? IDK, just a random guess if you don't know. Look at our question in Spanish. This is our simple question. Good, Arshas. But I want you to notice these two words, donde está, right? Where is something like located, right? Where is something? And then it says esta pirámide, this. So notice, you guys, the difference, the only difference in spelling, because I know last week we talked about accent marks. The only difference in spelling here is the fact that this word está has the accent over the A, right? So it's donde está, esta. So you can hear a difference in pronunciation, but it also changes the meaning. Está is the word for is, like where something is located. And then esta means this. So this pyramid, right? This coat, this jacket, this phone, whatever, right? So the accent mark makes a big difference, right? So I wanted to throw that out there so y'all can see kind of what it means, what it looks like, okay? All right, so some of you, I got all kind of answers from all kind of people, right? Where you think this pyramid could be from. And so pay attention, because here's what we're going to do. Good, Melanie. My computer pays attention to my computer's ignoring me. Come on, there we go. All right, so let's make sure y'all can hear. Make sure y'all can see. Okay. Full screen, full screen. Won't go full screen. Full screen. Get rid of this. Full screen. No? Okay, won't go full screen, so here we go.
We're standing in the archaeological park of the ancient site of Teotihuacan.
We're about 25 miles northwest of Mexico City. The site of Teotihuacan is known as the City of the Gods, the name given to it by the much later Aztecs.
They looked back at what was then in ruins, but thought of it as a sacred city.
Sometime around the year 100 BCE, you have the beginnings of Teotihuacan. And then sometime between around 600, 700 of the Common Era, things start to go awry here. And so when the Aztecs are making pilgrimages to this site much later from their capital city of Tenochtitlan, or Mexico City, they were amazed and impressed. They believed that this was the city where the gods lived, where the fifth sun was created.
And they named this place, and they named the streets, and they named the buildings, but we don't know the original names. So
okay, so did you figure out where this is, you guys? Were you listening? Where is this? Well, it's in Teotihuacan. You can see here, Teotihuacan, right? Yes, heaven, which is in Mexico. Okay, you guys, Mexico. And I'll tell you that although these pyramids, and you can see by the image, you can see sort of there's more than one, right? And you can see like this is the main plaza area, the main square area of this ancient town, that these pyramids in Mexico, right, are actually larger at the base than the ones in Egypt. Okay, they're not as high, but they are larger in terms of more square area, right? So they're large structures. Can't really tell maybe from the video, right? So all of the pyramids in the world, right, are not just in Egypt, but they are in Mexico and other places in Latin America as well. Okay, did y'all realize that? Yeah. All right, muy bien. So what are we doing today? Oh my goodness, you guys, we are going to do a lot of things. We are going to review kind of what we did last week, where we graduated and we started to be able to say I and you and he and she, right? Formal and informal. So we're going to kind of brush up on that real quick. And those things we said were all singular. Like I am one person, you are one person, he is one person, she is one person, etc. Right? So today, after we review those a little bit, then we're going to keep going and we're going to add the plurals to those, the we and the they and the you all. Okay. And we're going to practice with those a little bit. Okay. All right. Any questions, you guys, about what we're doing? Okay. So if you are one of those people, like I said, who took notes, right? You started to take notes or whatever, you might want to go ahead and get your notes out so that we can add to them. Okay. And remember, you guys, hoy es lunes. It's Monday, el 27 octubre, right? The 27th of October. You guys, October, boom, almost gone. And Dia de los Muertos is coming up, right? So just a reminder, if you haven't turned in your web quest on Dia de los Muertos, you want to make sure you get that in as well. Okay. All right. Let me get my little practice thing pulled up here. Okay. Give me a sec. All right. So here's what we're doing to warm up this morning. Share my screen. Make sure y'all can see my screen. Okay. So we're going to pull something out of our hat, right? So let's do a first one together. Bob. Okay, Bob. Now, if I were talking to Bob and Bob was my friend, how would I say you? Nikki's frozen up. Are you frozen up, Nikki? Very good. Very good. Very good. Keep it coming, you guys. Carolina, let me hear from you. Dallas, Stacy, Haley, Priscilla, Charlie. Good, Stacy. Good. If I was talking to Bob and Bob and I are friends, how would I say you? James, help me out. Very good, Carlin. So remember, you guys, taking a look at my screen again, we would say tú. And remember, we have to have the accent mark. Okay, because otherwise it means something else, right? Okay. Now, next question, though, about Bob. What if I was talking about Bob? What if Bob made me angry and I was doing something I shouldn't? I shouldn't be talking about poor Bob. But what if I was? How would I say he? Very good, Kimura. Heaven. What if I was talking about Bob? Very good, Arshas. Elizabeth. Muy bien. Kimura. Muy bien. Dallas, how about you? Haley. If I was talking about him. Very good, Melanie. Very good, Dallas. Very good, Stacy. Akari, can I hear from you? Charlie? Yeah, I would say he, right? Taking a look at my screen, make sure you can see my Zoom screen. If I was talking about him, I would say he, and I would use L, and I have to put an accent over that first E because otherwise it means something else, right? Okay, stop me if y'all have a question. All right. Okay, so you see what we're doing here? I'm going to pull the next one. Okay, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, tell me what it means in English. Just pop it in the chat real quick. The faster we type in, the faster we can move this morning. Muy bien. Muy bien. Good job, everybody. What is tú? Very good. Next question. Is it formal or informal? F or I? F for formal, I for informal. Is it formal or informal? Formal meaning I would use it with people I don't know. Informal meaning I would use it with my friends and family, right? Okay, so it is you informal. So I'm going to use tú when I'm talking to my pets or people that I know real well. Okay. All right. Muy bien. Let's move on. Okay, you guys, here we go. Next one. L, what's it mean? Real quick. Quickly. What does L mean? ¿Qué quiere decir L with the accent? Muy bien. Not, yeah, we have to be careful. We don't want to confuse him and he, because we would never start a sentence with him likes to swim. We would say he likes to swim, right? It's two different words. So it's not him, right? But he. Think about, like, how would I start a sentence? I wouldn't start a sentence with him. Okay. I would start my sentence with he. So you're correct if you said he. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's go on. All right, what's this one? Yo. Very good, Heaven. Very good, Melanie. C, Stacy, Elizabeth, muy bien. Carlin, would I start my sentence with that? Arshas, muy bien. Scylla, Dallas, good job. Anybody else? Okay, so correct. I, if you said I, you're absolutely right. Okay. We wouldn't say me, because I would never say me like to swim. I would have to say I like to swim, right? It's two different parts of speech. Yeah, two different words. So I, okay. Good job. All right, couple more. Okay, Senora Jones. Now listen carefully. If I'm talking about Senora Jones, what would I say? What would I use? How would I start my sentence if I was talking about Senora Jones? Very good. Keep it coming. Very good. If I was talking about Senora Jones. Very good. Yeah. What does senora mean? Do we know? What does senor and senora mean? Yeah. Mrs. or Ms. Right. It's got an A on it, so it's going to be feminine, right? Mrs. or Miss. Yes, a married lady or an older lady. Muy bien. So if we're talking about this lady, we would say ella, right? She. Ella. Right? Mrs. Jones is going to the store. She is going to the store, right? Ella. Okay. Ella va en la tienda or whatever. All right. So what if then, now careful here, we're talking to Mrs. Jones. We're talking to Senora Jones. How am I going to be polite? Because I don't know her first name, right? I only know she's Mrs. Jones. So I have to be polite with her. So what word would I say? How would I say you if I need to be polite? Very good, you guys. Let me hear from you. Remember, if you don't know, our answer is IDK. Okay, you never should just sit there and like pass, right? Just IDK is telling me you don't know, okay? So I'm not waiting for answers. Okay, usted. Usted, that's correct. So usted means you if I need to be formal, talking to people I don't know, okay, or older people. Muy bien. All right, let's go on. Stop me if you have a question, right? Okay, Senor Smith. So what does senor mean? Mr. Okay, Mr. Smith. So if I'm talking to Mr. Smith, what would I use if I'm talking to Mr. Smith? Good heaven. Good, Elizabeth. Remember, IDK is a legit answer, right? Very good. Very good. Usted. We would still use usted, right? If we're saying you and we need to be formal, we would use usted. Okay? Right. Very good. Okay, one last one. Let's try one more. Okay, Susie. If I'm talking about Susie, what would I use? If I'm talking about her. Remember IDK if you don't know. If I'm talking about her, come on, I need to hear from everyone. Charlie, how about you? Akari, okay, Priscilla. If I'm talking about her, I need to say she, correct? Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, remember that yo is I. Make sure y'all can see my screen. Arshis, you with me? Tu is when we're talking to somebody informally and we need to say you. He is él or she is ella. And then what about it? If we're talking about a thing instead of a person. Well, remember in Spanish that everything has a gender, you know, like a chair is feminine, una silla or la silla, right? So we would refer to it as ella, okay, because it's a feminine thing. And then you, if we're talking to someone we don't know, we need to be formal, is going to be usted. Remember that we can, you guys, and you're going to see this often, you're going to see usted abbreviated, okay? But we're only going to use usted, remember, if we're talking to someone that we don't know. And if we are talking about someone, we're going to use él or ella. Okay? All right. Any questions? You guys, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Okay. So once again, if you take notes, then now is the time to dig them out. If you didn't take notes last time and you go, you know, maybe I oughta, okay, then go ahead and now would be the time to kind of get organized there. Okay. Okay. So what are we doing? Well, I'm going to pull up my whiteboard, my quote unquote whiteboard again. Okay. And we're going to look at the plurals. We're going to look at how do we make these things plural, right? More than one. And we have to figure out, you guys, a way to, I don't know, like problem solve, like strategy, right? We got to come up with strategy. Okay. So let's again start with English. Who can tell me the plural of I in English? It's a hard question. If I have a sentence, yes, Elizabeth, good. Bob and I are going to the store, right? Bob and I go to the store. Who's going to the store? We are, right? The two of us, Bob and I are. So our plural in English of I is we. Now, what does that mean? That means that our cheat, and I've said this before, our cheat, right? Our hack to remember this is anytime you see and I. because I'm including myself, right? In Spanish, then, how do we say we? Okay, we say we, nosotros, or nosotras. So when would it be nosotras? You guys, can you tell me? Can you guess? When would it be nosotras and not nosotros? Yes, when the we is me and Susie. I'm a girl, Susie's a girl. There's no guys involved, so we can say nosotras, right? But if it's a mixed group, if it's me and Bob, right, and I'm a girl, and I need to say we are going to the store, then because Bob's the dude, I got to say nosotros. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. So nosotras is only when it's like two girls talking, which means you gentlemen in class, right, will never use nosotras. Okay. You'll never use nosotras, but us girls may use nosotras if it's me and another girl. Does that make sense, you guys? Kind of. Okay. All right. Now we're going to skip this one. Yeah, because we live in the Americas and we're going to come down here. Now, how do we say he or she or it in English plural? So if we're talking about, you guys, our key is right here, about more than one person, what do we say in English? Very good, you guys. If we're talking about more than one person in English, what do we say? Yes, we say they. Isn't that right? We don't start sentences with them go to the movies. We say they go to the movies, right? Okay. And we also say they when it's things like where are the books? They are on the desk, right? They. Again, the difference is, you guys, if we're talking about something in Spanish, because things in Spanish are masculine or feminine, they have gender. So what we have to do is take el and make it plural. So that's going to be ellos. Then we'd have to take ella and make it plural, and that's going to become ellas. Okay. Questions so far? Change this color up. Okay. So ellos and ellas can also mean it. Don't forget. Okay. So now let's look at this one. If we need to be formal and we're talking to more than one person, we have decided in the previous class that it would be like saying you all, right? Or you guys, or y'all, or whatever. Isn't that right, you guys? Yeah, that's what we all decided, right? You all. That's how we make it plural in English. Okay. And so how am I going to make usted plural? So watch what I do. I'm going to take the word usted and I'm going to make it plural by adding an es. Ustedes. Ustedes is you all. And I can abbreviate that with the UDS. Ustedes. You all. Okay. The thing about ustedes is that it is both formal and informal. Okay. And basically, ustedes is plural. That's all you need to worry about, right? It doesn't work the same way as this one on this side, okay? Okay, questions so far? Okay, so if y'all remember the other day, I was telling you about these charts that we use a lot. We're going to use a lot, especially in this first unit. Okay, because I told you this first unit, you guys, is our huge unit. We are laying the foundation for our understanding of Spanish this unit. So we have to remember that everything that we do, that you see in a chart, okay, remember that the singulars will always be on the left and the plurals will always be on the right. Okay. You also need to remember that we always have 4 things to think about in Spanish. Is it masculine or feminine? Is it singular or plural? Okay. So when we start to put all these random pieces together to make sentences, those are the 4 things we always have to think about. Is it masculine, feminine, singular, plural? What are we talking about, right, in our sentence? In this particular case, remember, you guys, that we're always working here this way. So what is the plural of I? The plural of I is we. This is our hint. Okay. And so the plural of yo is nosotros. So what does then, you guys, our hint for this look like in English, right? In Spanish, it's going to be y yo. Y yo. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Yes? So how do we say and I in Spanish? It's going to be y yo. So anytime we see y yo, we know that we're saying we, because it's like Bob and I, Susie and I. Okay. Arshas, Carlin, Charlie, Priscilla, and I. We. Okay. Again, working across, the plural of he, she, or it is they in English. And so él becomes ellos and ella becomes ellas. And then our plurals for tú and usted, right? Both of these, this one and this one, okay, become you all or ustedes. All right, questions? Okay, so let's try to look at some examples together real fast. Oops, let me clear that up. Okay. So if I say Bob is tall, right? Bob es alto, let's just say. And based on what we're saying, let's make it plural. Let's try to make these things plural. Okay. So if I say Bob I don't know, Susie. Okay. And we'd have to change the rest of this to plural, right? The whole sentence has to become plural. Okay, you guys? So Bobby, Susie son altos. What do I do? What do I do with L here? How does L change? How would I make L plural? If we're talking about Bob and Susie, right? We're saying they. We're not just saying he, we're saying they. Very good, Heaven. Very good, Elizabeth. Very good, Melanie. Okay, so this is what I mean, you guys. We have to make a mental note. Look here. How do we make L plural? If he becomes they, then L becomes ellos. Isn't that right? So now my sentence is ellos son altos. They are tall. Okay, questions? Okay. What if I say, let me just put up some new sentences here. What if I say, let me do this. Let me come back up here. It'd be easier. Push these down. Yes, this is my makeshift whiteboard, you guys. Okay. So let's say I wanted to say, Mary and I. Mary and I is the same as saying we. And so what would I use in Spanish to replace Mary and I? Look up at your chart. How do we go from singular to plural, right? You're just moving across the board, becomes nosotros, right? So if the I is a guy, we have to say nosotros. But if the I is a girl, then we can say nosotras because Mary is a girl. Y'all with me here? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. All right. What if I wanted to say, I'm gonna give you a trick one. Okay, we know ella is she. So think about, like, what is that? Okay, she. What if it's ella y yo? Then what would I use? Ella y yo. Dallas, Stacy, ella y yo. So let's come up here, you guys. What is the hack I always tell you? What is the hack I always tell you? Okay. Anytime, without exception, you see a yo, it is always going to be nosotros or nosotras. Okay. So if I come down here, if I come back down here and it's ella y yo, look, it's still going to be nosotros. It's still going to be we because it's she and I. She and I are going to the store. Who is? We are. Okay. So to make one where you don't even have to think about it, again, try to remember anytime you see this, it's going to be nosotros or nosotras. Okay, I got another trick one. So let's see if we can figure this one out. Okay. What if it's ella? Or let's do L. Let's just do L just for sake of mixing it up here. And I need my accent. L, okay. E. Tú. What if it's L y tú? So what is that in English? Let's start there. What is L y tú? I'm talking to somebody, I'm pointing. L y tú. What would I say? He and you, right? He and you. So isn't that plural, you guys? Isn't that you plural? Okay, so look up here again. If it's you and it's more than one person, you got to come over here to the plural side. If there's a you in there at all, Y-O-U, then it's going to become ustedes, right? So we would use ustedes, right? You all are going to the store or whatever, right? You all are tall. Okay, questions? So anytime you see y tú or y usted, it is automatically going to become ustedes. Okay. Clase? Have I lost you? No. Okay, good job. Okay, one more. One more. What if it's what if it's what if it's usted y ella. So first of all, what does that mean in English? What is usted? It's you and what? You and she, right? But in good English, we would say her, right? You and her. So in English, how would we say you and her are going to the store? You and her. What's another way of saying you and her are going to the store? Who's going to the store, you guys? You all, right? You all are going to the store. Who's going to the store? You and her are going to the store. You all, right? So what's my you all? What's my plural you in Spanish? Ustedes. Very good. Ustedes. Okay. All right. Questions? All right. I'm going to let you mull that a minute while I switch my screen up. Give me a second. It can be confusing, and normally they're not that difficult, right? But since we're learning them, we do kind of need to, be able to think it through, right? All right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to put a little video in. I need you guys to please make sure that you can hear this because the volume is kind of goofy. It comes from your textbook and the volume is a little goofy. So just make sure that you all can hear. Okay? All right, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. All right, let's see if this lady can explain it to you better than me. She probably can, so pay attention.
Hola estudiantes y bienvenidos a la clase de español. Yo soy la señora López. I'm here to help you understand Spanish grammar. Our first topic is subject pronouns, los pronombres sujeto. Subject pronouns are the words you use to refer to people. In English, they are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. They correspond to the Spanish pronouns yo, él, ella, nosotros, nosotras, ellos, and ellas. The Spanish pronouns that correspond to the English you, well, they need a little more explaining. First, you have to keep in mind that when we say you in English, we can refer to any person or group of people we're talking to directly. Do you want a juice box, Emily? What room are you looking for, Mr. Galvez? You all need to get to class. In the first sentence, I am speaking to a child. In the second, to an adult. And in the third, to a group of students. But I use the pronoun you in each case. Spanish differentiates between which you use, depending on whom you are referring to. Tú is used with friends, family members, and people you know well. It is considered a very informal way of addressing someone. Usted is used to address most adults or people you don't know well. It's always acceptable and more polite to address someone as usted. And vosotros, vosotras is a plural form of tú, used to talk to a group of people with whom you are very familiar. Atención! Vosotros is only used in Spain. Ustedes is used everywhere else when you are speaking to more than one person, regardless of age or whether you know them well. Usted and ustedes are sometimes abbreviated in writing. Here's a chart of all the subject pronouns. The feminine plural forms nosotras, vosotras, and ellas are used only when talking about a group that consists of only females. Nosotros, vosotros, and ellos can refer to groups of all male or to groups of mixed gender. Now let's see some of these pronouns in action. Yo soy la señora López. I am Ms. López. Él es estudiante. He is a student. ¿Ustedes también son estudiantes? Are you students too? Sí, nosotros somos estudiantes. Yes, we are students. Ay, tú no eres estudiante. You are not a student. That's all for now. I'll see you again soon. Hasta pronto.
Okay, muy bien, clases. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do a little group practice. And then I have, hopefully, fingers crossed, I have a little interactive thing for you to practice with on your own. Okay, so let's try to get started here. And I'm hoping that that group or that individual practice will work because, you know, technology, one never knows. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So let's do these together. Okay, if you took notes, then use your notes, right? Okay, numero uno, we'll do this one. I'll model this one for you. So Julieta y Ana, right? So we have two girls and we're talking about them. So wouldn't we say they, you guys, if we're talking about them? And so they're both girls. So how do I say they for two girls that are two girls? Very good. Pop it in the chat. Or remember, you can tell me, I don't know. How do we say they if they're two girls? Good. Keep it up. I want to hear from everyone. Aslan, Arshas, did I hear from you? Good. Salam. Nikki, Dallas, Charlie. If it's they, because we're talking, there's no and I, isn't that right? It's they. We're talking about Julieta y Ana being students. So what would it be? So James, how do I make it plural? Because it's two girls. Yeah, there you go, James. Good job. Okay, so if the sentence is Julieta y Ana are students, we would say they are students and therefore ellas, right? Because they're both girls. Our plural for ella is ellas, right? Our plural for she is feminine they, okay? All right. How about this next one? Pablo y Andres son de Mexico. Pablo and Andres are from Mexico. So we're going to say they are from Mexico. So what do I do? Pop it in the chat. Good, perfect. Pablo and Andres, they're both guys, right? How do I make it plural, James? How do I make it plural? Because we got Pablo and Andrew, right? Good. What's our plural for L? There you go. Ellos. Muy bien. Ellos. Okay. So they are from Mexico, right? Good. Okay. How about la señora López y el señor Gómez son maestros. So Mrs. Lopez and Mr. Gomez are teachers. Now, hold on a second. Are we talking to them or about them? In number 3. About. Very good. We're talking about Mrs. Lopez and Mr. Gomez. And we're going to say that they are teachers. So what is my they in Spanish? What is he or she plural? Yes, very good, you guys. Anyone else? I want to hear from everyone. Nikki, Haley. I want to hear from everyone. Melanie. Because you guys, listen, if we don't get this we are going to be really struggling all year long. Okay, because this doesn't go away. This is like building step foundation number 1. Okay, and if we don't get this foundation built, we're not going to be able to complete the rest of the building. Okay, so right, ellos, it's they, right? Mrs. Lopez and Mr. Gomez are teachers, they, right? Okay, let's look at number 4. Mr. and Mrs. Duran blank are teachers. So look, we're talking directly to them. So if we're talking to more than one person and we need to be formal, right? What do we do? What do we say? Very good, Melanie. Very good, Heaven. Come on, you guys. Even if it's wrong, even if you don't know, just tell me IDK in the chat so that I know that you hear me, that you're participating. Good, Elizabeth. How do I say you all? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to more than one person. Are you all teachers? Are you all teachers? So how do I say you all, plural? Very good, Stacy. Good, Arshis. Okay. So let's think about it a second. Oops. It is ustedes. You're absolutely right. What did we say? Who can tell me in the chat or speak up? How did we say you in Spanish? We had 2 choices. We had tú and we had usted. And we said tú was informal and usted was formal, right? So how do we make that plural? Right? We take usted and we add an es on it. So if we're saying you all, yeah, it's just usted with an es on the end. Ustedes to make it plural. You all. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? Sí o no? Sí? Okay. One last one here. Let's look at number 5. Esteban y yo somos estudiantes. Stephen and I are students. Who are students, you guys? What's the hack? What's the cheat? What do you notice here? We. Anytime you have and I, yo, it's we. And therefore, what do you put in the blank? Because Stephen is a dude. Nosotros. Nosotros somos estudiantes. We are students. Who are students? Stephen and I. Esteban y yo somos estudiantes. Okay, give me a 3, 2, 1. 3, I got it. 2, I'm working on it. 1, I am totally lost. 3, I got it. 2, I'm working on it. 1, I'm lost. Tell me in chat. 3, I got it. 2, I'm working on it. 1, I am lost. Okay. Or anything in between, like a 2.5. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Bueno. Okay. Let's just do a couple of these. And then I'm going to let you guys practice on your own. Okay. Hopefully that thing will work. But I want you to know that we are not going to worry about this stuff in Spain. You already know it exists, right? We live in the Americas. Okay. And so that's what we need to focus on. Okay. All right. Now, let's look at number 1. And it wants us to say we, masculine or masculine and feminine. So when we have a mixed group. Okay, think about it. Heaven, can you unmute? How do I say we?
Nosotros.
Perfect. Nosotros. Muy bien. Thank you, Heaven. Okay, nosotros, right? What if I'm saying you all? So my question to you is number 2 singular or plural? Tell me in the chat, S or P. It's plural. Okay, so if it's plural, right? And we're saying you all, Arshas, what's my choice? You all, what's my choice? Ustedes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because we're not doing vosotras, right? So we're going to make this ustedes. Okay, good job. All right. Let's go down here to number 5. Número 5. They, masculine and feminine. So mixed group. They. How do we say they for guys and girls all together? Carolina, how do we say they? Number 5. I'm on 5. How do I say they, Carolina? That's okay. That's why we practice. Good Heaven, good Melanie. How do we say they? Good Stacy. Scylla, very good. Okay. Stacy, can you unmute? How do we pronounce that word roughly? Just throw it out there. I don't expect it to be perfect, you guys.
Ellos.
Ellos, very good. Ellos. Okay, so we got to go masculine anytime we have a mixed group. Okay. Okay, last one here. Señor y Señora Garcia, and we're talking directly to them. So if it's plural, more than one person, we're saying you. Yeah, we're talking to them. So we're saying you. So what is our plural you? Good Heaven. What is our plural you? Elizabeth, can you help us out here? Número 6. What is our plural you?
Ustedes.
Ustedes. Very good. Ustedes is our plural you. Okay. All right. Now it's your turn. Okay. Let me get out of this. And fingers crossed that this will work, you guys. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try. Okay. How much time do we have? I know what let's do. Let's do this first. I think we have enough time to do a quick game. Okay. Hold on. Come on. Open up. All right. Let's play a quick game, you guys. Click on the link. And the quicker we move, the quicker we can play and do whatever. There's our code. This is hard work. I admit, right, you guys, because like I say, we got to build that foundation. Okay. Okay, I need to see, I'm in Go Guardian. I need to see everybody clicking on that link in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Dallas. Haley. Carlin. Is it working for you, Stacy? What's that say? Okay, I see. Lay. Aslan. Okie doke. Let's start, shall we? Let's just play this real quick. Here we go. Do your best. There you go. Aslan, ready? Good job, Dallas. It just stopped. Doggone. Okay, let's try again. Can you, let me see what I need to do. Okay, let's try again. Try again. One more quick round. Hey, good job. Don't give up, you guys. We got to get this so we can move on up. It just stopped again, didn't it? Cute. Well, I hope that doesn't bode for the rest of us, for the rest of the other thing I'd like us to do. I wonder why it's stopping. Come on, Stacy. There you go. James, come on, Nikki. Good job, Melanie. Elizabeth, woohoo! Hey, great job. At least we got through one game. Okay, muy bien. Muy bien, you guys. Quick little practice. Let's go ahead and back out of that because now we got to see if this other thing is going to work. And I'm not so sure about it. So let me get there and we'll try this. We may have to go about it more than one way. Okay, give me a second. I'm waiting on my computer. Sorry, still waiting. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Anybody else ever talk to their computers? I do. Okay, let's try this. Can y'all meet me in Canvas? Meet me in Canvas. You might need to refresh your screen. Just because. I'm still waiting. Fingers crossed, you guys. Fingers crossed. The very last thing. So you guys know we're in Unidad Uno, right? Mexico. And scroll down at the bottom. Interactive practice. Click on it. And let's see what happens. So it says, click here to access the activity. You will need to make sure that your copy is in edit mode in order to work on it. So I'm going to give you a minute and then I'll show you what I mean. Give you a minute to kind of access that. Interactive practice. It should be the very last thing in our module. Okay. So once you get there, click on the link in the instructions. What does it say for you, Elizabeth? Haley? Does it say not found? Can't
It
open.
says unable to open file.
Okay, all right. Give me a minute then, you guys. Like this is what I was afraid of, huh? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in chat. Let's try it that way. Okay, see what happens there. I need everybody clicking on the link in the chat. Don't run away. We still have 5 minutes. We got to figure this out. Okay, it's working for Dallas. Dallas, don't do anything just yet. It's working for Heaven. Arshus, Carolina, very good. Okay, so in order to work on this, you guys, okay, if you want to take a look at my screen real quickly, if you can, okay, it should look like this for you. Yeah, you got to come up here and click this edit button, right? I think it should allow you to be in edit mode. What's it doing? Not presenter. No. Does it let you guys move your stuff? It's supposed to be in edit mode. Can you put it in edit mode? Or no? You guys are more tech savvy than I am. Is it going to let you go in edit mode? Dallas, does it let you move stuff around? You can? Okay. Are you in edit mode? Or what? Heaven? Well, Dallas has got it going on. Heaven says she's got it going on from what I can see in Go Guardian. Anybody else? Haley, you need to click on the link in the chat, please. Okay, Carlin. Okay. Nikki, Lay. There's a link in the chat. James. Once you click on that link in the chat, then you should be able to move stuff around. Okay. Okay, if it's not working for you, you need to speak up, please. James, I can't see your Go Guardian, so you need to talk to me. I need to know if it's working for you. You should be able to, if you made a copy of it, you should be able to work on it. But I can't see your screen. It's kind of hard for me to say. Does it allow you to drag and drop any of those boxes or anything? Nikki, is it working for you? Because I see you have it up on your screen, but I don't know if it does it let you move your stuff? Okay, so you should be able to like drag and drop things around. Okay, is it working, Nikki? Try that. James, let me know. Okay, and did you have to click anything in edit mode, or did it just automatically start working? Just so I know. Okay, work on this as best you can. Automatically, good. If you finish it or when you finish it, go back to Canvas where it was listed and upload it in there so I can give you some points for having done it. Okay, you guys? And I appreciate your patience today. You did a great job on boring stuff. I get it, but you did a great job. Enjoy your lunch. See you on Wednesday, right? Nos vemos miércoles. Remember, if you get this interactive thing done, upload it into Canvas in the assignment, and so I can give you some points for doing it. Okay. All right, you guys. Adios. Enjoy your lunch. Have a good day. Adios. Nos vemos miércoles. Good job today. Adios.